right. Welcome back to another little clippage of some body work here. My husband often complains about some lower hip pain, some low back pain. He stands on a concrete floor all day, and I'm sure he has an imbalance in the pelvis somewhere, and so he usually gets pretty good relief by releasing a couple of trigger points and a couple of light fascial stretches. So we're diving right in here. I'm gonna speed up several parts of this video. I'm gonna leave a lot of it real time, but actually some of it real time, but a lot of it sped up just because it was quite a long session. It was probably 15 minutes just on this hip, so didn't want to make the video to be an eternity long. So here we're actually just diving into glute med, glute max, and a lot of the piriformis once I get down to actually bending the leg up at a 90 and then working with internal and external rotation. It's all so important to get release because you want to make sure you're reaching the attachment points, but also working the muscle belly, because if you actually have inflammation at a tendon or an insertion point, it's actually not the most beneficial to do friction there because it's already kind of inflamed. So you kind of want to just work that muscle belly and loosen that up and find any fascial restrictions and go ahead and get that whole connective tissue loose, and so the area can actually let up and find your client some relief. So again, I am no professional videographer. We just kind of set up shop here at our house. We came in from a night after dinner and we just kind of set up shop, and I said, honey, let me help your hip, and why don't we just record it? I'm just trying to get more eyes on massage and body work these days because there's a lot of misconceptions on, does it actually help the body? How does it help physically? Can it actually relieve pain? So having more eyes on what actually goes on in a session can be super helpful. So a couple things that I was taught as far as relieving pain, you always want to work a muscle in its plane of action because we usually injure or tighten down in the plane of action, so you don't want to just always lay there passively. So MET or muscle energy techniques actually involve the client with breath work, some guided breaths, inhales and exhales, and also very specific releases as far as when a trigger point is being held and when you inhale, and when the trigger point is being pressed and when you exhale. So it's a little bit of a partnership here. You know, make sure you find a therapist that you're really comfortable with and that you trust. And I wouldn't try these techniques on just anybody. So if you're not skilled or not educated in what's going on, definitely seek professional help. So after I did the majority of the work on the other side, I just moved the camera to show you guys a different angle of people's most favorite move. I joke with a lot of clients and call this the slot machine. I think I heard that when I was back in school about 14 years ago. It's because you're just pulling the leg down like a slot machine. You're really working on that internal, external rotation. When I'm pulling the leg towards me, it's actually internal rotation of the hip. And when the foot is dropping towards the midline, that's external rotation. And there's different glute muscles that do different actions, so you just want to work both of them to make sure you get it all worked out. Hope you guys like and enjoy these types of videos. Please like and comment or share it with somebody it might benefit. Hope to see you guys on the table.